New concerns this weekend over traces of the contagious and often fatal disease known as bird flu. It's being detected in milk, showing 1 in 5 milk samples have traces of the virus. Sounds scary. Federal officials say the risk to the public is low, yet a lot of us have questions. Here with the answers, Dr. Tom Pitts, a board-certified neurologist. Doc, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Hena.
We have to talk about bird flu. I know the risk is low, but a lot of us are worried. A lot of us love our milk. What should we know about this?
You know, I don't know if you remember, we talked about in the last time we were talking about the bird flu, that we have a major kind of like pandemic happening in the animal world.
I do.
This is happening from water-based fowl infecting chickens that then and now are infecting cows. So that's where the fight needs to be. When you pasteurize the milk, you see fragments of virus in there. That's what we're finding. It's not like we're finding live, contagious virus. However, we haven't found that those are immunogenic to people. We've only had one case. So that's why everybody's kind of like downplaying it. You don't have to give up milk yet, but definitely we have to sort out this business of why so many cows are now getting infected. That's where the fight should be.
I have to ask, as a consumer buying milk, what should I look for?
Well, you know what? There's really nothing you can. I mean, it has to be pasteurized, that's for sure, which in the United States, that's the standard. But it has to be pasteurized to ensure that you are killing. What we're seeing are leftover remnants like nucleic acids. So these are killed viral particles, just showing us that, yes, we're seeing that many more cows are infected, but we haven't seen that they particularly infect humans. However, we also don't have long-term studies on that.
Well, to that point, the FDA says they're going to start testing a lot more cows. Do you think that will prevent further spread?
You know what's interesting about that? That's kind of like what they do. They're going to test, and guess what they're going to find? A bunch of infected cows. Now, the question is, the same question remains, what do we do about it? And that's, of course, out of my scope as a neurologist, but it's got to be something with this fowl coming in. The exposure from chicken to cow has never really happened before. That's the novel part of this, and that's where kind of our efforts should be focused, I believe.
Let's move on. This has a lot of people talking. Researchers are reporting that acid reflux drugs like Tums, which I see people pop like candy, and Prilosec might increase the risk of migraines. What's the connection?
It's interesting. So I'm a neurologist with added qualification in headache medicine from the National Headache Foundation. So I used to see about 400 headaches a month here in New York City in clinic. And a lot of people have reflux. What you see in the study, though, I think is a casual causation. I don't think it directly causes migraine. I think what it does is you see a high prevalence of reflux in the migraine population. Imagine you're sitting like this, right? Now you're gonna have neck pain, headache, you're gonna have reflux. If you take a pill like Prilosec, if you take omeprazole, if you take Pepcid or something like that, right? That's gonna turn off the acid, it's gonna change motility. You're gonna get a false sense of reassurance, not break the habit, and it's gonna provoke migraine, which is why we also see that the one thing that we see with people going from episodic migraine in childhood, like every other day, to becoming a full-time migraineer, if you will, is the addition of a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug like Motrin or Advil, because it falsely reassures you. It takes away the pain, you feel better, you don't correct the habit, here comes the headache. And so we actually see people counterintuitively getting worse with these medicines. Although I don't believe the medicine causes it, it just gives you a false sense of reassurance. Migraine is a message, and it takes away that message to tell you to address a deeper problem.
Really fantastic way to explain that. Thank you. I want to talk about antidepressants. A lot of Americans are on antidepressants. A lot of people around the world are antidepressants. It's one of the most prescribed medications in the country. What should we know about this? I know there's new research out.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I would say is let's just go a little deep, right? So we have antidepressants as a blanket term.
Yes.
People should know there are so many of them. There are generations on generations, SSNRIs, tricyclics, SSRIs, and they should all be individualized. Now, I will say access to psychiatrists is very difficult. A lot of times we have primary care doctors managing these, and I salute them, but it's a very complex management. So you want to align with someone who has experience with these. You definitely want to make sure you're supplementing this with talk therapy, with sleep medicine, right? If you don't sleep, you don't eat well, you don't exercise.
You're not talking to a professional.
Yeah, then like what pill fixes your life? But I will say these side effects are real and they should be considered. However, we should also keep in mind that depression is a very serious problem, and the side effects of depression are horrible, probably outweighing most of the side effects of these medicines.
But are these forever meds?
You know what, for some people they are. Hopefully, though, we address the underlying issue. So to me, the medicines work universally, whether it's a blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine. Hena, if you had horrible blood pressure, we're talking 200, and I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna have a stroke right now. I give you the medicine because now you're imminently in danger of something like, in the case of an antidepressant, suicide, right? A lethargy, not working. While I make other corrections. Now we look at why your blood pressure is high. Is it a sleep issue? Is it a food issue? Are you smoking, alcohol? So they're forever meds for the most severe cases, but almost always in tandem with these other methodologies like talk therapy, sleep, mindfulness, grounding, relaxation, exercise, good diet. We often can wean people off of them.
Dr. Pitts, we always love talking to you. Thank you so much. Dr. Tom Pitts.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, we love having you, sir.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.